Unbelievable finish, just incredible. The silky German on his day, he's an exceptional player. We know what he's got in the locker, we just need to see it more regularly.
And that's what's so frustrating, Dan, about Kai Havertz, is that moments like that, why we paid that money for him, moments of absolute brilliance, and that poor goalkeeper who's made so many brilliant saves just to have those two worldies beat him tonight.
I think it's what he deserved, you know. You kept us out for too long, so we're going to start putting it right in the corners. Yeah, look, Kai Havertz is such a talent. Every time I've spoken to the boys in the squad, they've always said that how talented he actually is. So he must be doing it day in, day out in training as well. The consistency, being able to do it in games. We know he can do it at important times because he's won us Champions League. But to be able to score important goals often, that's what we need from him. We know he's got all the talent in the world. He's even, you know, someone's kicked the ball 100 miles in the sky and he's dropped out the sky. He's pulled it down.
His touch tonight, that one was
Berbatov
brilliant.
kind of touch, yeah. We know he's got all the talent in the world, but being able to put in a top performance week in, week out, it takes time. It takes time, it takes experience.
And he is still a young player, I think people forget, because obviously some of the moments that Kai Havertz has had in his career, people do forget that. It did go 1-1 though at one point, and we sort of started the second half almost the way we started the first, sort of giving those few chances away, but it was an inch perfect ball and a pretty good finish. Not a lot really the defenders could have done about it, Abby.
No, like you say, the ball in was just perfect, an exceptional finish. I do think we lost just concentration for a little bit and we got punished for it. That's what happens in the Champions League. But thank God we got that lead back, because that first half was so frustrating. We could have been 4 goals up, as we've said. So the fact that we did finish with a win and those all-important 3 points, that's all that matters.
And talking of similarities to 2012, I hate to drop another one in there, but Graham Potter is the first Chelsea manager to go unbeaten in his first 4 Champions League games since Roberto Di Matteo.
Seriously?
In 2012. Like, nothing to say.
It's on.
We can't even.
It's on.
We can't even say it too much in case the universe says actually we're not going to do it this time.
Isn't it? It's quite a few similarities to 2012.
Yeah, look, we're through with a game to go, and hopefully we can top the group.
Yeah.
Get a nice easy draw, just a nice route to the final, and win the cup again.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple.
It's that easy.
Like that.
It is that easy to win the Champions League, to just get a nice easy draw. Kepa had to step up when Kepa needed to. He's been brilliant under Graham Potter. And again, he showed he didn't have a lot to do tonight, apart from had to pick the ball out of his net once. But when he was called upon, he was reliable, wasn't he, Abby?
Yeah, I feel like Kepa at the moment is in such phenomenal form. It'd have to be a really special finish like the one that put past him was. You know, I feel like he's so much more commanding on crosses now as well. A couple of like huge punches from him. Yeah, another great performance from him.
He's just oozing confidence, isn't he, Dan? And given what's happened to him and his Chelsea journey has been so up and down, to see that Kepa that we have actually seen in a Chelsea shirt under Maurizio Sarri, you know, it's very, very similar performances, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think, look, there will always be things that he can maybe improve on. He made an excellent save. I forgot who it was from. Excellent save that kept us in it, and probably a better save than people realised. He got caught under the ball slightly for one, and Thiago Silva. The problem was last season with Kepa was all his mistakes were getting punished. It seemed every time he did something even just slightly wrong, he was getting punished for it. And then obviously it knocks your confidence. He is playing well, making big saves, and because of it, his confidence is up. And even when there are tiny mistakes, the other players are able to get him out of trouble. So we just want goalkeepers that are in good form. It is a lot to watch because they have to concentrate for the whole game. But he's in good form. I'm happy.
And when you have got someone like Thiago Silva in front of you, Abby, and we spoke about him at pre-match, we could speak about him forever, I think. But just in terms of that chance you were saying there, Dan, where Kepa came out, he sort of missed it. But Thiago Silva read that situation. He almost reads the game in a way that nobody else does, doesn't he?
I want to open up that head and have a look at his football brain, because honestly, they need it in a museum or something. It's incredible. He's always like 5 chapters ahead of everyone else. He knows exactly what's going to happen when. He reads the game perfectly. Like you say, Kepa went out. He was just there to clear it off the line and made it look so easy, like, yeah, whatever.
And we also don't want to see that challenge on him where he was down holding his neck ever again, do we? Because there was panic in this studio when you see someone like Thiago Silva go down like that, when you know just how important he is to that Chelsea side. And
impact like that at that age is probably not what it is at 17 years old. I don't like it when strikers do that and back in and kind of cause that. But he seems fine, did all the necessary checks.
Yeah.
And Thiago Silva hopefully is fit for the next fixture.
And there was calls for him to be man of the match, but Abby could have given it to Conor Gallagher, who went, I think his performance has probably gone a little bit under the radar, but down both ends of the pitch, he was brilliant, wasn't he?
I actually think that's his best game in a Chelsea shirt. I really do. Like you say, he's not afraid to track back and do the defensive work as well, but probably was our most creative player at times, really driving the ball up the pitch and creating some exceptional chances. So I think he'd be my man of the match.
And we could make a case for Jorginho as well. Jorginho, Thiago Silva and Gallagher are probably the three standouts. But Jorginho, when Chelsea have the ball, it was brilliant tonight. Yeah,
I would give it to Jorginho just because I think all the good things we did actually at some point or another go through him. He was brave on the ball. Even when he was kind of getting hunted for it, he had to keep showing that's part of it. That is your job description. You have to go and collect that ball off the defence. Especially when him and Kovacic were sitting deep together, I felt like they were running the show and we had a real tight grip on the game.
And the football that we played at times, one touch, through the lines, that is the way forward. And maybe this is the start of really seeing the Graham Potter effect at Chelsea, Abby.
Potter ball is beautiful.
Potter ball.
I'm fully on board. When we're moving the ball like that quickly, and we're creating that many chances, I'm here for it. Let's crack open the popcorn and go again.
Yes, let's do it. Right, here is what's coming up on the Fifth Stand app this week. Then, of course, you've got Graham Potter's press conference ahead of a return to his former club. It's Brighton against Chelsea this weekend. And there you can see it from 2:15, Matchday Live. It is Brighton against Chelsea. And on Sunday, the Women's Super League, the women are back in action against Aston Villa. And that is live on the Fifth Stand app from 1:30. So, guys, before we go, sum up tonight for us, Abby. It was needed a big win and a big performance, and we've come from a goal we've come back from conceding to then going on to win it. It's positive, isn't it?
It's so positive. One word, worldies.
And Dan, we've held on to a lead. It feels nice, doesn't it?
We can do it.
We did it the second time of asking, we did it.
Yeah, I mean, when you think back to Spurs as well, and we conceded the last minute, and Man United, it's nice to hold on to a lead.
I think we do have to get in the habit of maybe killing off games and killing off teams so that there is no hope left and we're not having to make, last minute goal line clearances and be panicky. But it was professional. We did it. And we deserved it.
And how can Graham Potter, Dan, do you think he can do anything about that clinical edge that Chelsea have been missing under Frank Lampard, under Thomas Tuchel, and now under Graham Potter as well?
I don't know. It's so hard when you're the manager to get the striker to or the players to put the ball in the net at crucial times. We score, but then we seem to rest on our laurels a little bit and we allow teams to come back into the game. I'm not sure if it's a mentality thing. I know Graham Potter's very big on the mental side of the game. So maybe it's something he'll have a look at, why when we're ahead do we not kill the teams off?
Yeah. Abby, Dan, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. It finished Chelsea 2, Salzburg 1 away in Austria, and Chelsea are through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Can we top the group? We will find out against Dynamo Zagreb at home in the Champions League next Wednesday. We'll see you all then. Bye-bye.